Welcome back to the A Clan a Day podcast, brought to you by bagtownclans.com. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald, and today we're exploring the fascinating history of Clan Oliphant, a family with deep ties to the royal house of Scotland and a legacy that spans from the Norwegian coast to the battlefields of Scotland's struggle for independence. The story of the Oliphants is one filled with bravery, loyalty, and resilience, making them one of the most historically significant clans in Scotland. The origin of the name Oliphant itself has its roots in the Norwegian name Holifard or Holifarth, suggesting Norse origins. David Holifard, the progenitor of the clan, is said to have arrived in Scotland in the company of King David the First, returning from the king's time in exile. The story goes that David Holifard saved the king's life during the Battle of Winchester in 1141, securing his position as a key figure in Scottish history. For his loyalty and bravery, Holifarth was granted lands in Roxburghshire, establishing the foundation of Clan Oliphant's prominence in Scotland. A few generations later, one of David Holifard's descendants, Sir William Oliphant, played a pivotal role in the Wars of Scottish Independence. In 1304, Sir William famously defended Stirling Castle against the forces of Edward the First of England during a brutal siege. Despite being captured and imprisoned multiple times, his unwavering dedication to Scotland's freedom made him a key player in the fight for independence. He was later one of the signatories of the Declaration of Arbroath in 1320, a defining moment in Scotland's quest for self-governance. Sir William's son, Sir Walter Oliphant of Aberdalgie, further cemented the clan's influence by marrying Elizabeth Bruce, the youngest daughter of Robert the Bruce, Scotland's great king. This marriage brought the Oliphants into the royal family, with Sir Walter receiving lands in Perthshire, including Gask, that would become central to the clan's holdings. His descendants went on to occupy prominent positions in Scottish society, and by the mid-15th century, Sir Lawrence Oliphant of Aberdalgie was created the first Lord Oliphant, elevating the family to the ranks of Scottish nobility. Clan Oliphant was not without its trials, however. The family suffered significant losses during the Battle of Flodden in 1513, where the heir to the title was killed. This was followed by the capture of the third Lord Oliphant at the Battle of Solway Moss in 1542, where he was later ransomed. Despite these setbacks, the clan maintained its influence and remained loyal to the Scottish crown. The fourth Lord Oliphant was a staunch supporter of Mary, Queen of Scots, and was deeply involved in the turbulent politics of the 16th century. He even signed the bond for Mary's marriage to the Earl of Bothwell, the man many believed responsible for the murder of her previous husband, Lord Darnley. Lord Oliphant fought for Mary at the Battle of Langside in 1568, where she suffered a crushing defeat, marking the end of her reign and the beginning of her exile. The Oliphants' fortunes began to decline in the late 16th century. The heir was involved in the infamous raid of Ruthven in 1582, a conspiracy that saw King James VI briefly kidnapped. As a result, the heir was banished and never seen again, and the family's lands began to dissipate. The title of Lord Oliphant eventually passed to a cousin, Patrick Oliphant, under a ruling by King Charles III. However, the cadet branch of the family, the Oliphants of Gask, continued the line and remained fiercely loyal to the Jacobite cause. During both the 1715 and 1745 Jacobite risings, the Oliphants of Gask were out, fighting for the return of the Stuart monarchy. After the defeat at Culloden, the family's estate was attacked by English troops, but they managed to escape, and the family survived to continue their legacy. One of the most celebrated figures from this branch was Carolina Oliphant, Lady Nairne, born in 1766. A renowned poet and songwriter, Carolina penned some of the most famous Jacobite anthems, including Charlie Is My Darling and Will You No Come Back Again, which expressed longing for the return of Prince Charles Edward Stuart, the Young Pretender. Her works remain a vital part of Scottish culture to this day. The Oliphant name also carries with it a unique origin story tied to the animal known as the Oliphant, the medieval French word for elephant. It is said that after the Crusades, the family name evolved to reflect this exotic creature, symbolizing strength and endurance. Though there is some debate about the exact origins of the name, what remains clear is the clan's long-standing presence in Scottish history. Clan Oliphant's tartan is often referred to as the Oliphant and Melville tartan, although the connection between the two families remains somewhat unclear. The tartan itself has been a symbol of the clan's identity for centuries, with its roots in the Sobieski Stuart brothers' 19th century Vestiarum Scoticum. In modern times, the clan is still very much alive, with Richard Eric Lawrence Oliphant of that ilk serving as the current clan chief. The Clan Oliphant Society, founded in the 1980s, continues to preserve the clan's rich history, bringing together members from around the world to celebrate their shared heritage. Thank you for joining us on this episode of A Clan a Day podcast. Clan Oliphant's story is one of resilience, royal ties, and unyielding loyalty to Scotland, a testament to their strength throughout the centuries. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we delve into the history of another Scottish clan. Until then, I'm Colin MacDonald, and as always, Goin' airy and both are leet.